welcome back to my Raw review, and I've actually managed to do 2 Raw reviews in a row. It's like incredible. I couldn't be bothered to watch it, stay up and watch it last night, but I've like literally just like watched it now, so it's still fresh in my memory, so I can actually talk about it and actually like know what I'm talking about. But before I do the review, I just want to say thanks to everyone who left me a Facebook comment or talked to me on MSN yesterday to wish me happy birthday. Had a good day. Yeah, didn't actually do anything. I'm not doing my like party thing until Thursday, so yeah, but thanks anyway. I can't believe I'm like 20. It's kind of scary, but yeah, now I'm just like obsessed with like Guitar Hero 5. That's like all I like spent like yesterday doing was like playing that. Yeah, if anyone actually has Xbox Live and wants to add me, my gamer tag is Hanahbananabob, so just add me. I don't really have a lot of games, and so yeah, but you can just add me if you want to. And yeah, add me on Facebook, whatever, MSN, continue to do that, because it's awesome that loads of you guys add me so I can talk to you about like wrestling and stuff. I'm really sorry though, sometimes when you talk to me, if I don't like always like reply, because I usually like I end up like doing like loads of things, and then sometimes I forget that people are talking to me. So that's probably going to make you not want to add me now, but whatever. My MSN is on my homepage, so yeah, add me if you want to. So now to actually talk about the wrestling. Yeah, I actually enjoyed Raw. It was pretty good. Probably because I was actually like awake, like whereas normally I'm like half asleep when I watch it. To start off Raw, Undertaker came out and he was saying how HBK's like obsession with beating him was going to cost him his career, and after WrestleMania there'll be like no tomorrow, no celebration for him. So basically, WrestleMania, his career is going to rest in peace. But before he can actually say that, HBK comes out. I'm like talking like no today. I don't think I actually like breathe when I talk. It's kind of crazy. Shawn Michaels says that that's not going to happen, and the reason Undertaker interfered in his match last week was because for the first time he has fear inside him, and he says that he knows he can beat the Undertaker because he wouldn't have put his career on the line otherwise. So then he says that last time at WrestleMania he would have been happy with either a count out or no disqualification, but this time he doesn't want that, so he proposed a no DQ and no count out match. So it has to end either by pinfall or submission. Undertaker basically says that HBK's career will be over at WrestleMania, and then HBK retaliates by saying that the dark cloud that's been following him for the last year will be following the Undertaker after WrestleMania, because it will have the vision of HBK defeating his undefeated streak. So that was a good opening segment. I'm really looking forward to that match at WrestleMania. It's going to be awesome. The first match was a 6-diva tag team match. It was Gail Kim, Kelly Kelly and Eve against Maurice, Alicia Fox and Katie Lou Burchill. The women's matches seem to just be terrible. Like, I remember a time when like Gail Kim actually was a decent wrestler, like back when she was back in like 2003, and she had like really good matches against like Lita and like Trish and people, but now she's just like, I don't know. But like Kelly, like a couple of wrestlers, like the women, didn't actually do anything in the match. Well, like all of them were like kind of beating down Gail Kim. And then Eve comes in and does like an armbar on Maurice, and she taps out, and it's like, it's just like, what? The matches are like terrible. So yeah, first match was just dull. The second match was The Miz and Big Show against John Morrison and R-Truth. Miz came out saying that Morrison and R-Truth didn't deserve to face them. They weren't worthy because they weren't actually like a proper tag team. Then Morrison and R-Truth came out, and they basically, the match just like breaks down. It doesn't even really start. The referee just calls for the bell, which is a bit weird, but they just basically take out Miz and Big Show. They DDT Big Show on the outside and like do a double suplex on Miz on the barricade, and they basically say that they are worthy, and if they weren't worthy before, then they are now. The third match was Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase against Orton in a handicap match. This match was actually pretty good, surprising. Well, I suppose it's actually kind of good in a way that Legacy won, because obviously it's going to build up. I just want to know what match they're actually going to have at WrestleMania, because they seem to have like done all the possible kind of combinations. Like obviously Orton's faced DiBiase, they've had the handicap match, so I don't actually know what they're going to do, whether it's just going to be another handicap match. But it was nice. I guess it kind of built up like Legacy quite a lot. Orton did have the advantage for quite a while, so you thought he was going to win, but then Legacy fought back, did some double team moves on Orton. And towards the end of the match, Orton does scoop slams like both of them. He does the backbreaker on Ted DiBiase, but then he's setting up to do the RKO, but then like Rhodes kind of I think he like pulls like Orton like either out of the ring or, you know, like distract him or whatever. So then when he turns back around, Ted DiBiase hits the Dream Streak for the win, and then after the match, Cody Rhodes hits the Crossroads, but I think he kind of botched it. It just didn't look very like effective. But then there was like a nice spot after the match. Legacy did Orton's like, you know, like the pose which he always does, like that one. I was not going to do it very well, but that was like really nice. Triple H came out and said he doesn't blame Sheamus for what he did. He said that if if someone done to him like what he done to Sheamus, then he wouldn't blame him for wanting like to make a statement. And I was gonna say, like, there's a fan in the crowd who was holding a Sheamus sign, but they didn't even spell his name right. You think his name comes up on TV every single week, you know, how on earth does fans spell it wrong? Or like when they like have their signs like upside down and like, you know, the camera picks it up, you just think they're like moments of fame and they've either got a spelling mistake on their sign or the wrong way around, but you know, whatever. So then Sheamus comes out and says that he'll make a statement at WrestleMania, so he's basically challenging Triple H, but does Triple H have the guts? Then Triple H says he's had a great first year in the WWE, but he's never been to WrestleMania. But so then he's saying, does he have the guts? Because Triple H is the man to beat at WrestleMania. You know, people who have beaten Triple H have gone on to do great things. So he says Sheamus needs to be sure about what he's doing. So then Sheamus goes to attack Triple H, but Triple H reverses the attack and hits the spinebuster, and then Sheamus leaves like furious. So that's obviously now another match at WrestleMania. The fourth match was the final qualifying match for the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. It was Evan Bourne against William Regal. The match wasn't very long. Basically, Evan Bourne hit the airborne for the win, so he's the final participant in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Then it's said that next week Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be the guest host for Raw, so that should be good, and also it'll be the official contract signing for Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon. And then they're also doing like a WrestleMania like rewind kind of thing, so it'll be like old WrestleMania matches will take place on Raw. That confused me when they said that, but then I was like, what? But then obviously, so basically it's going to be HBK versus Chris Jericho, Triple H versus Randy Orton, and Big Show versus John Cena, because they've all happened at previous WrestleManias, so it should be a good show next week. And then the main event was John Cena versus Vince McMahon, and it was obviously supposed to be like a one-on-one match, but then Vince McMahon changed the rules and said it was going to be a handicap gauntlet match. Basically, Kozlov came out first. No, seriously, I haven't actually seen Vladimir Kozlov for ages. I was like, does he even wrestle with WWE anymore? So basically, yeah, so it's like Vince and Kozlov against Cena. So then Kozlov does like a power slam. Vince comes in, tries to do the pinfall, but only gets 2 counts. So he sends Kozlov away and calls out Drew McIntyre. McIntyre does like a face plant kind of move. Then Vince comes in again, goes for the pinfall, but that only gets 2 counts. So then he gets Swagger to come in. Cena's going for the attitude adjustment, but it gets reversed, and he does 2 of like those like body splash moves off the top rope that he does, but that only gets a 2 count. So Mark Henry comes in, but obviously Mark Henry's friends with Cena, so he doesn't want to attack him, but Vince McMahon makes him, so he does like the world's strongest slam, and that only gets a 2 count. So then Vince gets frustrated and says that it should be a no disqualification match, and he tries to get Henry to hit Cena with the ring bell, but Henry refuses. Batista comes out and spears Henry. Kofi Kingston interferes and attacks Batista, but then Batista bombs him. This match is getting very confusing. Like loads of people like coming in like all over the place. Cena fights back and attacks Batista. He goes to do the attitude adjustment on Vince, but while he's attempting to do that, Batista hits a spear, and it's like the worst bit ever. It looks so pathetic. I was like, what is that? But then Batista hits the Batista bomb, and Vince McMahon wins, and that's how it finished, with Batista like standing over Cena. So yeah, again, this is a pretty good episode of Raw. I'm actually really enjoying Raw. SmackDown I'm not so keen on, even though a lot of people say that SmackDown is better. I actually don't think so. I prefer Raw, to be honest, but you know, everyone has different opinions. So yeah, so it's WrestleMania is only like 19 days away now. Can't wait, it's going to be awesome. So I will see you guys again on Saturday probably for my SmackDown review. I won't be able to do a Raw review next week, or at least if I do, it won't be at the start of the week, because I'm like busy from like Monday to like Thursday. So I'll either do like a combined Raw and SmackDown review like at the end of the week. Yeah, and I will try and get my WrestleMania 2000 review done. I just can't like find the time. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.